Hello everyone. In today's video, we will be seeing the Microsoft Dataverse basic concept of using form controls as adaptive cards in Power Virtual Agent. Let's get started. So I've logged into my PVA web.powerva.microsoft.com. So I click on to topics. So here I'm going to add a new topic, so which is going to use form control in it as an adaptive card. So I click on Open in Bot Framework Composer. So open Bot Framework Composer. So my composer is already open for me. So here I'm going to create. So you could see our test bot is already listed. I'm going to add a new dialog. So let me name my dialog as display form control. Okay, you see that there is a begin dialog, but let us try to add a new trigger this time. So here we are going to, it will be intent recognized because, we will be getting some inputs from the user as well. So let us name the trigger as display form trigger. So let us add some phrases either here or, after we, submit. So let me try to add a couple of phrases. Book a 7-seater, maybe pick up 1-seater. I want to hire a car. I'm interested to lease a car. Okay, these are some of the triggers that we will be using so that this action is getting triggered for us. Okay, so now we have to build a function and we have to call that function in this display trigger. So to build the function, let us go to bot response. So in bot response, display form control, let us hit on show code and start building our code. So I've added my code here. So I am calling a JSON, adaptive JSON, and I am naming it as display input form. So within this, I am adding the text block. Followed by that, I am adding some input controls. So there will be a text field to enter the name. There will be a drop down choice set to key in the location. So I've added 3 values. Maybe we could add one more. We'll call it as 4. Okay, so here I'm adding one more control to enter the email ID. So the number of days I need the vehicle. So I'm assuming we are going to submit a form where the person is coming with an interest of hiring a vehicle and he's going to submit his basic information. Okay, the number of seats he needs in the car model. Okay, so and then we are defining the action set with an action to submit, action dot submit. Okay, the title value we are associating whatever value it has to get displayed on the name. So as usual, we have the schema associated and the version number. So followed by this, now we will be creating an activity with an attachment to it, and we will be calling this JSON file. So I move on to the next line. So I could simply name my card as, we are creating an adaptive card. Let me name it as display input. Okay, so then I create activity. So within the activity box, I have to add my attachments. So here I am passing the list of attachment. This is nothing but our JSON. So I enclose the function name that we have just put here, adaptive JSON display form. Okay, yeah, we are all set. So now we have to utilize this function within our trigger. So I go back to create step. So I am in the display form trigger. So here we will ask a question. So because I need to get some inputs from the user, right? So for this I'm going to prompt for a text. So in prompt for text, I go to the bot response, I hit on show code. So this is where I'm going to call my function. So I'm going to pick my function from here. So my function is getting displayed, adaptive card display input form, which we just created. Okay, so then I'm going to pass some user input values to it. We will associate I pick up user dot, so maybe the name value. Pass the value to it. We always call it as term dot activity dot value, and then we will call our variable. Okay, so if we have multiple properties to be set, so you have seen here all our trigger phases where we created this trigger has come up here in the trigger phase section. So to add more properties to capture more inputs and get those values captured, so I am going to use manage properties and set properties. If it's a single, we go for set property, otherwise we choose set properties. So let me try to add or capture more values here by clicking on add new. So I will simply define the property name. So let me capture the address. Okay, so here again it is term dot activity dot value dot address. So it is important on how you define the property in the JSON. So I think I have kept everything lowercase. I will limit it to lowercase. Okay, so I am going to add few more properties. Let me say user dot email ID. So dot activity dot value dot email ID. Okay, so rest of the variables we will hold on. Let us first initially set these properties and see how our bot is going to behave. So now my next action is to send a response. Okay, so if while sending the response, I'm going to associate some of the properties which we have set in the previous line. So let us say hello. To call all the attributes, I'm using this sign. Then I'm going to, in the parentheses, I'm going to call the variable names. So let me say hello user.name. We have successfully booked the vehicle. We will share the details in email. So let us use the email ID that we had captured in the properties. So user dot email ID. That's it. So our trigger is all set. Now we have to consume this trigger within our bot. So to do that, I have to go ahead and publish this. So let me initiate the publish action. Okay, the publishing is successful. Now we are going to move to the PVA. So you can see that our display form control which we just published is already available for us to consume. So we are going to use this in our topic. So in PVA, I am checking the list of topics. I see that our newly published display form control and the form trigger is available. So let's directly test this by passing some of the sample trigger phases. So let me just see if my bot is working. So I say hello. Okay, then I say okay. Now I proceed with the trigger. Okay. This is the form control that we had added. So it is asking for my name. Let me say DK demo. So I choose my location as Mumbai. demodk@gmail.com. Number of days is going to be 4. Let us make it as 4. Number of seats, I'm expecting a 7-seater. Now you could see that there is a submit action which will trigger a response as well. Yeah, so hello, we had passed the username, we have successfully booked your card, and also we had appended the email ID. So we have received a confirmation message back. So we have successfully incorporated a form control adaptive card in our PVA. Thank you for watching.